Thank you, Rob. Before I get started, I just want to say with Katie loving the music program with BPS, love that, love that. Too bad the rest of the board
Can
really
you
doesn't, since we
get to a
lost the
topic here,
Phoenix
Ms. Rao?
Scholarship due to
Thank
the
you.
bigotry.
Appreciate you
But
getting to a
anyway,
topic.
back to what I was talking about. Rendell, when you were trying to triple your limit that you can spend without Gene's favorite word, transparency, you wanted to triple it, and then it dropped to double it, and now it's off the agenda. Why? Why did you want to do that? I've got a few theories. One of them involves Byron Donalds, who's running to be our governor. There's pictures of Megan, Jean, Matt, and Mark with him all over the internet.
Ms. Rao, I've stopped your time for a second. Listen, nobody's taking it away.
Stop trying to silence the public.
This is about procurement.
Need you to start speaking about...
I need you to start following.
No, I mean, governors and everything else is not part of it. So if you can't control yourself, then we'll ask you to speak during your allotted time. Okay?
Told me.
Are you going to start talking to a topic? Or do I need to make...
Are you going to
No,
be
you
a
haven't.
listener?
Actually, you have
Are you going to
not.
listen with your ears and eyes?
Okay. Should we just ask her to come back, or...
Turn the mic back on and give her one more chance.
All right.
Just had a warning.
There you go. Go ahead, Ms. Raub.
Okay, I believe in you. You can listen this time.
Okay, Ms. Raub, get to the point.
Okay, so pictures of Megan, Jean, Matt, and Mark with Byron Donalds all
Yeah,
over the
okay.
internet.
Yep. You can come back during
If you could just be
non-agenda.
patient,
Nope.
I would get...
No, you're not. Go ahead and come back during non-agenda. That's non-agenda, talking about governors. Ms. Raub, I'm asking you to come to non-agenda, please. Thank you. Next up, Ms. Mary Jo, read the next person.
Christine Cruz.
If you can kind of mention what you're going to speak about prior, that'd be great. Thank you.
Could you turn my mic on, please?
Yeah, in just a second. I got to get things set up. We all good? You good to go? All right. There you go.
Good evening, Board. Dr. Rendell, I'm Bill Perlman. Tonight, I'd like to address Policy 6320, procurement and contracting.
We pulled that,
But
Mr. Perlman, I apologize. We
You
pulled that
did
off.
pull it probably seconds before this meeting. I picked up an agenda outside today
Sure.
at 5 p.m., and it's still on there. But
not on
fortunately for me, it's also listed under F3.
I-
It's in the minutes from your work session from April 14th.
Okay, you can
So I
speak
know
to it
I know
then.
that you
Absolutely.
tried really hard to shut me
No,
up.
no,
Now,
I just...
I haven't got to start
Go
yet, and
ahead.
already I got half a minute gone. Can we reset the clock, please?
No, you go ahead.
A little
you
grace,
ready?
please. Can you reset
No,
the clock?
we're
You
okay.
interrupted me. You stole my time. Please, a little grace.
Ready?
No, sir.
Okay, I'm going to
Reset
start
the
it.
clock, please. You
I'm not
interrupted
resetting the
me
clock.
unnecessarily.
All right, I'm going.
Oh,
You go.
wow. So you've cut me 30
No,
seconds
no,
off.
sir. No, sir.
You pulled it at the last minute, but I do have comments related to Policy 6320. You were going to approve an increase of $5,000, that changed the $5,000 maximum limit that can be spent without getting competitive quotes, and you intended to replace that very simple, easy to understand $5,000 limit with something called the Federal Acquisition Regulation, which, by the way, is 15,000 words, no kidding, and 42 pages long. Just an example of making things more complicated than they need to be. But instead of the $5,000 maximum, you wanted to use something called the Federal Micro Purchase Threshold, which for most purchases would be $15,000. So that means you would have allowed expenditures of up to $15,000 with no competitive bid. So I'm glad you pulled it. That, by the way, would have all been done with the superintendent's discretion. So I think we should consider, thankfully it was pulled, but we should consider that in the face of an operational audit that was done by the state, released in December, that showed a number of concerning issues. And notably, BPS did not release the findings of that unfavorable audit. So I would like to suggest that hiding an unflattering audit causes the public to lose trust. So some might even say it's another example of how you, as Mr. Trent put it, how you forking hate transparency. The reasoning you previously provided for that policy, that this is how other districts do it, that's really flawed reasoning, because other districts didn't hire a superintendent that resigned his previous job before being fired for, among other things, fiscal mismanagement. Let me emphasize we should be increasing controls, not increasing spending thresholds. A final concern about Policy 6320, you intended to add language that allows you to debar or suspend any vendor that makes defamatory statements. I'm really glad you chose not to do that. I'm very concerned you might bring it up again. Sorry you stole 30 seconds of mine. I had other comments. I'll make them at the end of this meeting.
Thank you, Mr. Perlman.
I promise I won't be adversarial.
There you go.
My name is Keith Schachter, and I'm choosing to speak on agenda item number 4, which is the student expulsion process. Taxpayers are upset about exorbitant legal bills. I won't get into the specifics, but we all know what they are, okay? So as a concerned citizen, I want us to, as a board and school district, to avoid future legal bills based on inappropriate responses to
Is legal
public
bills on our
events.
thing? But it has nothing to do with legal bills. So
The student expulsion, am I permitted to speak?
There you
Okay,
go.
thank you.
There you go.
All right. The student expulsion process protects a student's right to due process. And that due process requires that all the people up on the stage there follow certain roles. The school board members are elected officials, and they're supposed to render judgment when expulsion is recommended. The superintendent and his staff is supposed to actually be the ones that execute or enforce the policy. Recently, in the student walkout situation, on school board letter, on superintendent letterhead, Mr. Susan decided to write a letter to the public in which he was basically saying that students are going to be disciplined if they partake in that. This is a pattern that needs to stop. Similarly, in the news media, Mr. Susan also threatened disciplinary actions against students if they were to do the walkout. He also threatened in the news media during the Vieira hazing incident. He spoke to issues related to kids that were going to get expelled.
I stopped your time. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Ms. Campbell.
Thank you. Mr. Chair, this isn't about, I understand that the speaker was talking about the expulsion process, but now we're talking about their comments, and this agenda item is specifically the expulsion of these students, which doesn't have anything to do with the speaker. So I'm recommending
agree.
that this be moved to the non-agenda part of the meeting.
Yep. All right,
Okay,
if you can move to the
respectfully, thank
non-agenda,
you.
Thank you.